Why do some people go completely silent when things get intense? In a world that celebrates quick responses and constant communication, their quietness stands out. Most people assume staying quiet under pressure is a sign of weakness or uncertainty, but psychology tells a very different story. What if this silence isn't about lacking answers, but about having too many? What's really happening in the minds of people who choose silence when everyone else is scrambling to speak? Psychology and neuroscience reveal that staying quiet under pressure is often a marker of advanced cognitive processing. In this video, you'll discover the psychological reasons why intelligent people instinctively choose silence when stakes are high. These aren't signs of weakness, they're actually indicators of sophisticated mental processing. Stay until the end because the last insight might completely change how you view your own quiet moments. When pressure hits, intelligent people recognize something crucial. Their brain has limited processing capacity. Research in cognitive psychology shows that speaking while processing complex information actually reduces problem-solving effectiveness by up to 40%. The brain can't simultaneously analyze multiple variables and articulate thoughts at peak efficiency. If you go quiet under pressure, your mind is making a strategic choice, prioritizing analysis over performance. It's choosing depth over speed. This isn't freezing, it's focus. Your silence is your brain saying, let me actually solve this instead of just appearing to solve it. Here's something fascinating. Silence is one of the most sophisticated emotional regulation strategies. Studies in emotional intelligence reveal that people with higher cognitive abilities use strategic silence to prevent reactive responses. When pressure triggers the amygdala, your brain's alarm system, smart people recognize that immediate responses are often emotionally contaminated. The pause isn't hesitation. It's creating space between stimulus and response, exactly what Viktor Frankl identified as the birthplace of human freedom. If you stay quiet when emotions run high, you're exercising executive function control that most people haven't developed. But here's what most people miss about this silence. Psychology reveals that intelligent minds don't process situations linearly, they process them dimensionally. Under pressure, staying quiet allows for what neuroscientists call parallel processing, running multiple mental simulations simultaneously. While others are reacting to surface-level information, the quiet person is analyzing patterns, predicting outcomes, and evaluating consequences. This takes time. Research shows that complex pattern recognition requires sustained neural activity across multiple brain regions. Your silence isn't empty space. It's a mental laboratory testing different scenarios before committing to action. Here's the thing: smart people often stay quiet because they're reading the room at a level others miss. They're processing not just what's being said, but who's saying it, why they're saying it, and what's left unsaid. Behavioral psychology shows that people with higher social intelligence spend more cognitive resources on metacommunication, the communication about communication. Under pressure, they're calculating political dynamics, power structures, and hidden agendas. If you're the quiet one, you might be the only person actually understanding what's really happening. Speaking prematurely could reveal your position before you've mapped the terrain. Studies in decision-making reveal a crucial insight. Intelligent people recognize when they don't have enough information to speak meaningfully. This is metacognition, thinking about thinking. Under pressure, while others fill silence with speculation, smart people remain quiet because they've identified gaps in their understanding. They know the difference between having an opinion and having informed judgment. This awareness is actually a sign of intellectual maturity. Research shows that cognitive ability correlates with recognition of uncertainty. If you stay quiet because you're aware of what you don't know, that awareness itself is evidence of intelligence. Neuroscience shows that the brain uses 20% of the body's energy despite being only 2% of its weight. High-pressure situations drain cognitive resources rapidly. Intelligent people intuitively understand this. They stay quiet not because they have nothing to say, but because they're conserving mental energy for when it matters most. Speaking requires significant neural resources: language processing, motor control, social monitoring. Strategic silence preserves these resources for critical moments. If you're naturally quiet under pressure, your brain might be operating with efficiency others haven't learned. Next, something deeper. Psychology reveals that smart people have heightened awareness of irreversibility. They understand that words, once spoken under pressure, can't be taken back. Research in prospect theory shows that intelligent individuals are more sensitive to potential losses than equivalent gains. Their silence under pressure reflects sophisticated risk analysis. They're weighing the cost of speaking prematurely against the benefit of waiting for clarity. This isn't overthinking, it's appropriate caution. If you hesitate to speak under pressure, you're recognizing that some situations punish premature action more than delayed response. Here's what's fascinating: while everyone else is performing, quiet people are learning. Research in social learning theory shows that observation is one of the most powerful learning mechanisms. Under pressure, staying quiet allows you to see how others handle the situation, what works, what fails, what reveals character. You're gathering data. You're watching strategies unfold. This isn't passive, it's strategic. If you're the observer in high-pressure moments, you're actually in the position of maximum learning potential. You see everything, you miss nothing, and you're building a mental database others are too busy talking to create. These moments of silence under pressure aren't weaknesses, they're signs of sophisticated mental processing. While the world rewards quick responses, psychology reveals that strategic silence often leads to better outcomes. Your quiet isn't emptiness, it's depth. It's your mind doing exactly what it should do, processing, analyzing, and preparing for meaningful action rather than reactive performance. If you found this valuable, subscribe for weekly psychology insights that help you understand yourself and others better. These patterns aren't flaws to fix, they're strengths to recognize. Next time you're quiet under pressure, remember, your silence might be the smartest thing in the room.